Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the internet where your cesspool is my jacuzzi. I am actually cold tonight, so hopefully I won't be sweating the entire stream this time. We'll see.
We exist.
Yeah. So we are going to start by looking at these tweets from today. You know, there's always some new tweets, but give me 1 second. I don't know if you guys were here the other day. I did a poll and I was like, should I unblock David on Twitter? And it was a tie, actually. But I decided not to do it. And then, of course, I keep going with my little troll account. 1 sec. There we go.
Where did the ninja go?
Oh, there she is.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. All right. So I saw this thread and I immediately thought of Bruce because, of course, he's talking about cults again. And he says,
Oh boy.
there was a rumor, I guess, from Reddit that she was in Paris. Laura Owens was in Paris watching the equestrian events.
Do you know where that came from, or was there a source on that?
Just this person from Reddit. I actually hadn't seen it until today. So, and I think somebody may have mentioned it yesterday, and I was just kind of like, it glossed over me because I was busy or something. But
yeah, I mean, rumors are rumors. You know, in Bachelor world, there are blind rumors all the time.
Yeah,
and some of them come true, and some of them don't.
Right. And so this was apparently like this rumor was apparently like the greatest sin ever. If it's untrue, which like, do I necessarily think for sure she's in Paris? No. Do I think for sure she's not? No, because you know like how she likes to play with editing and stuff like that, and she's been less than truthful before, especially to content creators. So, do I think that she's in Paris? I would say like no. The thought never crossed my mind that I was like, oh, she must be in Paris. You know what I mean? But just seeing this, I'm kind of like, okay, why are you so pressed about this? Maybe there's some truth to that. I don't know. But I guess, hey, Buttons, what's up? I guess not.
This is such a worse rumor than claiming someone is the father of your alleged twins.
Right. Which someone? Because there's so many.
Someone's.
I mean, yeah. My first problem with his tweet is the word destroying Laura Owens. Like, who wants to destroy her? What does that even mean?
She didn't look very destroyed in that AI photo she posted of herself by the pool.
Well, I mean, the judge said that she needs to pay fees and sanctions or whatever. So if I want her to pay fees and sanctions in accordance with the judge ruling, do I want to destroy Laura Owens? Give me a break. No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, it gets a little worse too. But this case is a masterclass in the terrifying power of cults to corrupt rational thought and break morals. Like, holy shit! Has this man ever read about a real cult? I wonder.
So, what does someone with a blind rumor on Reddit have to do with breaking morals? Dude, like, rumors get posted on the internet all the time. What does that have to do with anything? Also, there's no cult.
No, and I also like I don't even know, like, what the reasoning behind this post was. Like, what did they see like to make them think that? And also, like, there's really obviously not that many people saying it because I didn't even hear about it until today, really. So I don't really know what's so terrifying about that, but
I mean, we all know it's not, and he's just full of shit.
Right. I just find it kind of frustrating because I'm like, I want to like point out like, hey, like you're kind of doing to everyone else what you're accusing them of doing to Laura or to you. But I know that if I were to do that, it just there would be no benefit because he would just ignore it. So.
Also, he keeps using plural terminology. And there's one post here. He has Justice for MM posting this post. That's one person. That's not what I thought. People. That's not a group.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and then he got all butthurt about
Here was so you admit she lies, and then he says Laura has admitted she lied. Same with Clayton. He admitted to lying to her, but the cult only condemns one, not the other, because it's a cult.
Oh, that's not true. I mean, if Clayton, for example, had committed a grievous enough crime with his real estate dealings and lying to Laura, and he had lost his real estate license, I would be fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, I would like to see Clayton, get justice for any crimes he's committed in the exact same way I would like to see Laura Owens
Exactly.
pay her bills in accordance with what the judge ruled.
Right. And this
There's
really
no double standard.
No, and it's not about Clayton. It's about, I mean, to me, it's about this person who was affected by this other person who has affected negatively many other people, and seeing justice for that. I could care less who the person was that she did it to. Not that I don't care about who, the people, but I think you understand what I'm saying. It's about her getting justice for what she's done to these innocent people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This person down
Yeah.
here also kind of echoes the sentiment that I was thinking. It's like lying about sending a real estate offer is not the same as lying to a judge about being 100% pregnant with twins. So lying under oath it carries a little bit more weight than lying to your stalker to get them to leave you alone. So
Yeah.
not
But
the
yeah,
same
I mean,
thing.
if Clayton is speeding in his car, I want him to get a speeding ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Is that me not condemning him? I mean, what does this even mean? This is absurd.
If he actually like impregnated her and drug her through all this and it turns out he was lying, I'm sure every single one of us would be like pretty pissed about that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's just not what happened. It's
Right.
not-
And when I first saw the Reddit post, I hadn't watched The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, any of that. I didn't know who Clayton was. But I saw a lot of people saying like, basically he's like shit for having done this to somebody. I think a lot of people believed her at first. Then once you follow the story and more facts come out, you're following the facts. And I think Dave says that a lot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing about being against her or for him. It's like following the facts and being like, we can't all be effing, stupid. Like if so many of these people have seen this and like made up their own minds based on what they've seen, then fucking deal with it. That's the client you chose to represent, and stop trying to spin the story like she's a victim.
I mean, the guy was getting roasted to high hell. Like, it's not like it was stress-free for him in the beginning when people didn't know that she was a liar. So,
right.
That's proof right there that like people would condemn him if he had done what she claims that he did.
Yeah, and they did when they thought she was telling the truth. He was definitely condemned.
And some people still do, man. Like this has put him in front of a lot of people who are very critical of him, and like on some other subreddits and stuff, still people are very, very critical of him. Regardless of whether or not he's innocent. So, and then of course you've heard people like Critical K who will kind of blame him for the whole situation. So it's not like he hasn't faced any sort of negativity or criticism, regardless of the fact that he doesn't deserve it. But it's just kind of annoying. And then
everything
of course,
has trade-offs.
Yeah,
some are just worse than others.
So, just like the lies, some are worse than others.
Yeah.
Bruce, you said earlier, and that's something that crossed my mind too, that was like one person. So, Booger Fan says you point out one person saying something random who gives AF if she's in Paris or AZ, and then call the rest of the thousands, you said yourself, of observers, cult members based on that. How can anyone take you seriously? You're doing exactly what you complain about. And then he responds, who gives AF if she's in Paris? This person, and apparently many others. Why else would they lie about it? Because it freaking works. Okay. That's the JFC playbook. Spread lies, generate as much hate as possible, then repeat until she's dead. It's beyond sick.
Well, so the person he's including here, Crown Flame, says the optics are not good on that move. So that they're not saying, like, I am saying she's in Paris. They're saying, if you're in Paris when you owe $120,000 to someone, the optics aren't good.
Exactly.
That's a conditional statement. It's not a declarative statement. Only one person here in his screenshot, Justice for MM, is making a declarative statement. He doesn't understand language very well.
Well said, Bruce.
Yeah. I mean, many people, Dave especially, have said many times we don't want her dead. You know what I mean? So like, this is just getting ridiculous. And that's also like giving me a little bit of a second thought. So like, I thought that like, her blog post or like her writing on his blog, he said he didn't edit it. And now I see like until she's dead. And I'm like, okay, I feel like he influenced that a little bit too. No, not to say that she's not being that dramatic on her own. I'm just saying like, there's a little bit of a connect here.
It is overly dramatic, like,
Mhm.
because obviously nobody lives forever. So is he just saying like, I know people are going to comment about the Laura Owens case until she's 100 years old and dies of old age, or is he trying to imply, as some people interpret this,
I
that they're
mean,
trying to hound her into self-harm or something?
I am hoping that she'll stop faking pregnancies by the time she's like 50. You know what I mean? So,
Well, I mean,
so hopefully nobody will be talking about it for that long.
yeah.
She'll like be forced to get an ultrasound and find out she had a hysterectomy.
Okay, so this is actually the creepiest part of this.
Just glaze
whole,
right over that comment, Lauren.
What? I actually didn't hear it because I was busy thinking my ADHD thoughts. What'd you say?
Oh, it does. It's not worth it. Go ahead.
No, I'll go back on the stream and I will listen to it. Just tell me.
Oh, I said in the future, you said she'll be 50 and she'll be forced to get an ultrasound or some kind of thing, and you'll find out she had a hysterectomy and she can't actually even be pregnant.
Mm-mm. That doesn't matter. She has a whole stomach that the baby can go in.
An anus.
Ah,
Oh boy.
perv.
It's like the closest thing, right?
It's the closest thing
To a uterus?
Oh boy.
Maybe we should do a poll. We
It's
should do.
just fu-
If
it's
you
just
I
full of
am not
cobwebs
you
and
get
regret.
pregnant in your uterus, where would you get pregnant in your body?
Okay, fine. I'll do it. All right.
It's not even Friday night.
If not uterus, where baby go?
Pam Arnold says definitely an anus baby.
Oh no.
Well, we need a third option, I feel like.
Wait, anus? What are the other two?
Stomach.
Oh boy.
Oh, stomach,
then-
right.
We need another one.
Knee.
Knee!
Wait, how are you accessing the stomach through the mouth?
Mouth. All right, there you go, people. Just tell us what you think.
I
I'm
don't think
imagining what the birthing process through the mouth would look like.
don't
So
think
here's
ears
something
go
that's
anywhere.
like here's something I didn't know until just now, and this is really creepy actually. RJ says, where'd it go, RJ? Oh, there it is. I hear David Gingras collects pictures of crop dusters, and I want to know where he got pictures of me because I didn't send him any. And so that's really creepy.
What kind of crop?
Like a fart crop duster. No? Okay. I'm a fan of fart jokes, guys.
I'm just gonna drink my scotch.
I think you should drink it a little faster.
I've got a fart joke for you.
Go ahead.
What did the maxi pad say to the fart?
I don't know.
You're the wind beneath my wings.
That is so. You're so juvenile.
Well,
No, I'm fucking with you.
Someone in chat,
here
please
we
save
are.
me.
Oh God. Oh wow. People really are voting for anus. Like. Okay.
Yes.
Like it's not even close. Oh wow. Wait, we're getting mouth. Mouth is getting closer. The gap is closing. I'm gonna leave it up for a minute. All right.
What
I
is
don't
the
think,
poll question?
The poll question is, if not uterus, where baby go?
Where baby go?
Oh.
See, you're not a fan of proper grammar either.
Well, no. If I'm asking something stupid, I'm not gonna try to word it correctly. God.
It's like that.
This is the internet, not your college English class.
It's like those Flash movies. What was it? They need to do Way and Stain Mother. You remember that one?
No.
You don't remember
Actually,
that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
How is Babby formed? I think is part of it.
How's
You ever
Bobby phone?
seen that video?
I remember that one video where it's like
I'm gonna find it and send it to you. Let's move on. Also, I have what is this? Belvini Doublewood 12-year Scotch.
Double wood.
Is that good? I don't know. If
Okay,
your
that's
Scotch
going
is
on the
only
soundboard.
12, it hasn't even graduated. Like what?
Oh boy,
It hasn't even graduated.
I regret everything. Okay, it's Doublewood.
God,
'cause
you know
it's
that's funny. My mom says that all the time to me.
It's aged in two
Not you,
different
honey.
type of casks.
Oh. 2 casks.
Yeah.
For
Hey, Jay, what's up?
It's like a threesome for whiskey.
Oh, well, I'm drinking Eagle Rare.
There you go.
Oh, Edith Johnson. Edith Johnson says, "Hi, David. Who is the cult? I saw Jan and Laura on my television while I was watching the Olympics. Thank you
Oh.
kindly." Okay. Well, I don't know who Edith Johnson is, but I like her.
Edith swinging hard.
If it's not true, it's quality trolling.
Oh, somebody says they'd rather be called cunt than cult. Okay. Noted, Savage
Yeah.
Cinder Pants. You cunt. Just kidding.
Wow.
I thought you
Pants
didn't
on
look at
fire.
Reddit. That's another thing that came to my mind. Okay, anyways, we're moving on from David now. He's not that relevant. It's fine. I just like to clown on him a little bit. Okay, we have 35 votes in the poll, guys. Don't be lazy. Vote in the poll.
Buttons is claiming Dingus smells like mothballs.
I did see that. I did see that. You know, I've been hearing that a lot lately. People smell like mothballs.
Ugh.
All right.
Oh, yeah, RJ. We call that 17 push-ups.
So, as you guys know, a lot of you who are watching here, probably most of you, if not all, we went over the text between Laura and Mike Maricini and some of that stuff involved in the Mike case. So we're just going to go over some stuff from Greg's case tonight. If you don't know, which, like I said again, this audience probably does, Greg was victim number 3 who came right after Mike. And it's interesting because you could kind of see some hints of where she was like getting at the abortion coercion argument with Mike. And then once she gets to Greg, it's like full blown. So I thought that was it kind of shows her progression and how she's like perfected her little scam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, between your streams and Dr. Hines' intentional juror, we definitely noticed a lot of parallels going over these 2 cases in a short amount of time.
So I got a lot of documents to pull up here. Okay. So first we'll look at her petition for the order of protection. Let's share that real quick. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I don't think you guys can read that very well. How's that?
Beautiful.
Looks good.
Thank you, but how's the document look?
Beautiful.
Terrible.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Deb, for reminding me. Please hit the like button if you can. And if you can't, then what the fuck are you doing? So yeah. Okay, so this is her petition for the order of protection against Greg Gillespie. Greg and Mike were both supposed to testify in Clayton's case, but unfortunately there was not enough time for that. So let's see. Okay. This is where she tells the judge what happened, and it's like a whole freaking timeline here. On June 30th, 21, Gregory Gillespie and I were involved in a brief romantic relationship that lasted about 5 dates. From that relationship, I became pregnant. Mr. Gillespie, the login information from my computer, email, and everything else, I have passwords online. First of all, why are you giving someone you've been on a few dates with your passwords to everything?
No one would do that.
No, especially not this chick who claims everybody's hacking her. When he demanded, well, I guess this guy's mostly who she's accused. Right. When he demanded my login information to my One Medical patient portal to confirm my pregnancy, He has used that information to stalk and harass me. So getting into your One Medical Patient portal to confirm your pregnancy, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure it was just to confirm an HCG test. How is that stalking you if you gave it to him? And also, do you use your same password and username for everything? Because that's not very smart.
If you do, please let us know.
Yeah, for real. So she did offer to send members of the media her login at this point.
Oh, she should have sent them Greg's way so he could give it to them.
Dude, for sure. On 8/11/21, I filed a lawsuit against Mr. Gillespie.
Also, wait, if you were Greg and you actually had that information, wouldn't you change the passwords? I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So you could like retain access to the accounts and she couldn't get in them.
Do you have experience with this?
What?
Do you have experience with this?
What?
I'm going to hide.
All right.
I can't reveal my day job.
All right. I filed a lawsuit against Mr. Gillespie in which I, pro se, sued him for DV, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and abortion coercion. This request for a PO has nothing to do with his current litigation whatsoever and is a last resort since he will not listen to law enforcement's calls to ask him to stop contacting me despite me making 3 police reports against him. In text messages between the two of us, Mr. Gillespie told me that he would make my fucking life a living hell if I did not take abortion pills. Take the fucking pills, Laura. And that he would call the police if I showed a moment's hesitation in taking them to force me to do it. So what exactly would that accomplish? So that's like a big red flag right there that this is some weird fantastical story that she's making up. What would that accomplish? If you called the police, my girlfriend won't have an abortion or won't take abortion pills. Like, not even girlfriend. This lady I went out with a couple times won't take an abortion pill. Like, what are the police going to do?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing.
If he said he would call the police, it's because she was harassing the shit out of him. Not because she wouldn't take pills.
Yeah,
So,
that's correct.
She twists things like that.
Yeah, that's what you can really tell when you put her claims in these filings side by side with the actual text messages.
Yeah, and we'll look at those in a little bit because there's a lot that happened to get him to that point where he said he would make her life a living hell. Like, it's not like he didn't try to rationalize. It's not like he was like somebody who was just like mean and awful and abusive. It's just like you can push someone to a certain point emotionally to where if you're abusing them, they'll say what they have to say to try to get out of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So,
and then she'll take that out of context and use it.
Yep. And it's clear as day when you read through all of it, but she bets on nobody doing that. So,
yeah.
All right. On October 26th, I received an anonymous message from someone saying they were hired to hack my podcast website and my personal number, asking me, what did you do to him? And what did you do to offend him? Is that all?
Is there evidence of that?
I don't see any. Have you seen any?
I haven't looked through this yet.
Oh, no, I have not seen any evidence of that, no. So that's also very non-specific. If they were hired to hack your podcast website and your number, like, why would they be texting you, you know?
Right.
Doesn't make any sense. On October 29th, I was unable to log into my computer. Did you try the caps lock button? After a 3-hour support call and an in-person visit on that day, a poor Apple employee, Apple determined that the computer was going to need to be cleared. The computer stored extremely important information for the civil case that I am involved in against Mr. Gillespie that has not been presented at trial, which he, of course, knew. While Apple was unable to fix my issue, I hired a data recovery specialist to save the information that Mr. Gillespie tried to corrupt and was successful in my efforts. Where is it?
Show us the receipts.
It was also determined that my iPhone had an app called TeamViewer installed, a remote access and remote control software that allows a remote user to control iPhones and computers. Given that I am self-employed, I have never needed a software like this. I called the police, of course you did, to inform them of this incident on 11/1/21. So TeamViewer, I have that on my work computer because that's how IT accesses our computer to like help us with stuff when something's going wrong. And TeamViewer being on her phone doesn't necessarily mean anything in and of itself because she has to give permission for the person on the other end to access it. So you can't just like go in on TeamViewer and be like pop up surprise. You know?
Very strange.
Yeah. So
Also, if you have extremely important information for your civil case, how about having a backup?
Exactly.
right.
Have a server.
There's an old
Oh,
rule
God.
called one is none when it comes to keys, information. Make backups.
Mhm. All right. Between 10:29 and 11:08, there were several instances of bizarre text messages on my devices. Those were sent by you, designed to engage me, which I chose not to do. That's funny. Okay. No. That's a lie. And there's another example of a lie in a court document right there. I was also logged out of my Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter accounts due to suspicious activity. Could it be because you reported someone had hacked you? Just wondering. But okay.
Asking for a friend.
Also, like sometimes if you log in on a different device, some weird shit happens and you can get logged out of your other devices. You know what I mean? Especially like back then. But I mean, back then, I say back then like it was forever ago.
Oh,
This was
boy.
like 3 years ago, but yeah,
A
it
lot
was
has
a different
changed.
time. It felt like a different time to me.
If I put on my tinfoil hat, maybe it was because of all the extra accounts she has, like the Lisa Chen account.
Oh.
Oh yeah. On 11/6 at 3:37 p.m. specific, I received a text message from a number I did not recognize with a photo of a man who looked to be in his 20s alongside his mother, who was holding a Happy Mother's Day sign. I asked who it was and was told must be a wrong number. Sorry, dude. After research online, I confirmed that the man in the photo is a Mr. Gillespie's family friend through his cousin. This incident can be traced back to Mr. Gillespie, and combined with all of the other acts of stalking and harassment, has frightened me to no end.
Oh my God.
This woman like stood outside his house and tried to like talk to him when he did not
For
want
like
to see her.
for like 45 minutes or
Right.
longer.
And we've seen there's literally proof of that, like video proof. And she's like, he's stalking me. Like this man is trying to get away from you. Stop. My
So
God.
this guy is a cousin, and someone who sent her the wrong text supposedly knows the cousin. Like,
I mean, maybe it's like she went and stalked Facebook and saw that the cousin had a mutual friend with this
Yeah.
person or something.
Like, well,
Holy
or you know,
or maybe it just never happened. Which
like
is
who's
also
next? Kevin Bacon is stalking her because 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. I mean, come on.
Everything she says though is rooted in some little bit of truth. So
Yeah.
I can see like what you're saying, Lauren. Maybe she saw something online or whatever, and then I was claiming that this happened.
If I had to guess, if I had to like a completely guess, no, like there's no information to back this up. If I had to guess, she saw a picture of somebody holding up a Happy Mother's Day sign on Facebook or something, and it was somebody with a mutual friend to Greg's cousin or Greg. So that's my guess.
Mm-hmm. I think that's also how she remembers a lot of her lies, is because they're rooted in a truth, and she remembers that truth. And then, like, how did she decide to lie about that truth?
Yeah, the weak link in this chain here is after research online. So it's possible she got a random text, like from a spammer or something.
Yeah.
And then somehow suddenly you're like on Facebook figuring out who Greg Gillespie's cousin's high school friend is.
Mm-hmm.
And what connects those two? We don't know. Research online. Come on. This is not how science works.
Teresa, thank you for the 20. She says stamp money. If you guys didn't know this already in the chat, if you want me to send you something in the mail and you're a member of the channel, or if you were on last night's live, if you want to email me your address, I will send you something that I color. It's a swear word or a farting animal, and I'll write you a note on the back. So just send me your address to this email address. I'm going to put it right here. And also tell me what your preference is. Do you want a motivational swear word or do you want a farting animal? The rest will be a surprise. Okay. That applies to you too, Bruce. I can send you a farting rooster.
I pass. I pass to Schnitzel Ninja.
Now I'm going to send it to you.
Pass.
When it happens.
Wait, am I being passed a fart?
No, I'm going to have a process server now bring this farting rooster picture to Bruce's house. Also, mouth won the poll, and I closed it. Wait, no, anus won the poll. Oh my god.
Yes! What do I get? What do I get?
A farting rooster picture. Oh my
boy.
gosh.
It's just
Okay.
what I was hoping for.
Okay. Oh, she was logged out due to suspicious activity. Okay. I was just looking at that thing again. Okay.
Mhm.
We're gonna skip here. Okay. 11/7. I spoke with the Scottsdale Police Department and was told another woman has an active order against Mr. Gillespie that she filed for in September. Would the police just say that? That seems pretty random. Like, if somebody calls the cops, are they going to be like, somebody else has a restraining order against him? Like,
Yeah.
Now, I would have to say I don't think that would happen. I don't think they would give out that kind of information to some random person on the phone.
that seems pretty fucking random, but okay. But also, like, people have searched for these documents and stuff online. Like, wouldn't that come up in a search for him? Like, if there was another restraining order against him?
Just like the history of David Gingras.
Yeah.
Because it comes up, when you search his name, like all that stuff you can find about him.
Right. So if there was like another domestic violence thing against him, that would be available.
I mean, even if you search Mike Maricini's name, what's the website called? I can't remember. But their case comes up from California
Okay, gotcha.
within like the first 5 to 10 search results.
Yeah, dude. I don't know if I buy this.
Mm-mm.
And even if that were true, we've seen like how easy someone can get a restraining order with like fabricated information.
Right.
And she's Exhibit A, so that doesn't really mean anything to me. All right. I know this woman to be his ex-girlfriend, who he told me he had tracked on her Apple Watch in December in order to prove that she was cheating on him. When he discovered that she was, he admitted to grabbing her arm and snatching the watch off. I do not know what has happened between them since then, but there has clearly been an additional issue. Okay, so that's some pretty heavy speculation right there. Maybe don't put that in a court document. Mr. Gillespie also told me about how he had been accused of harassment by a coworker who I met while we were out to dinner. Why, if you're meeting the coworker, are you sure that they accused him of harassing? Because, like, if that were true, I don't think they would be like making introductions. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's very strange.
Yeah. Despite knowing that I am a DV survivor and a public speaker on the topic, that doesn't make you some sort of special snowflake. You know what I mean? But like, Mr. Gillespie previously put his hands on my throat. I don't think that happened at all. And this would have undoubtedly led to something more had I not stopped him. He is 6'4" while I am 5'5" and weighs more than double what I do. I do not stand a chance against him, yet you stopped him.
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Okay.
And this comes up multiple times in the Mike Maricini case.
Mm-hmm.
Many times.
It's very hard to forget.
Where she's like, oh, he tried to, murder me. And I'm like, I've seen you. I've seen Mike. I've seen Greg. If either of them really wanted to murder you, they would have murdered you.
Yep.
They didn't. I don't believe they ever wanted to murder you. It's very simple.
Yep.
Right. Who thinks that murdering her is worth their life? You know what I mean? Like, she's not that important. Like, just go away, dude. Like, just
even like tripping her on the sidewalk wouldn't be worth it.
It's ridiculous.
No, of course not, because she would never leave you alone.
I am that black ice from her high school in San Francisco.
Oh God.
Don't come at me.
All right. I'm asking the court for this injunction because I fear for my life. You always fear for your life. Mr. Gillespie is a manipulative and dangerous person and has been incessantly harassing me. I believe that he is retaliating against me for my pregnancy with his child. I thought it was children.
She did this in Mike's case too, where in the declaration she said child instead of children.
And will not stop until he has ruined my life, my podcast. You stopped doing your podcast. It's not his fault. And causes serious mental and or physical harm to me.
And that's literally, she won't stop until she's ruined his life, his work, his mental health.
Yeah. He has shown me that he is an aggressive person, yet you stand outside his house, like, and you want him to let you in. Like, okay. In my brief history with him, and I am fearful to be outside of my home alone. You were outside of his home alone. What are you talking about? That's a lie right there. So that alone shows that she lied. All right. I'm scared to stand outside of my home alone. If either one of you has a link to that video, please send it to me in Discord or on a DM somewhere.
Wait, the video where she of the picture of her standing
where she's outside the house. Yeah,
that's on my channel.
Oh, is it? Okay,
it's fine. With the audio call.
Awesome. I knew I saw it somewhere. It's like I knew there was audio to that somewhere.
But it's just a still. It's not,
That's okay. I mean, it's still a picture of her doing it. Are you gonna DMCA me if I play this? Please say no.
What?
I said, are you gonna like report me for copying or something if I?
Oh no.
No, I was just fucking with you.
I just
You gotta pay
don't
royalties
mind my
now.
typing. I'm not writing YouTube right now.
Okay. All right. This is her standing outside his house.
With car
And he-
keys.
Right. And he does not want to let her in. And she's like standing there. Cause like didn't he just said he like didn't want to see her or like couldn't see her because he was sick.
He
or
was
something.
sick.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, maybe he's dead. Like,
This is what I've always wanted, kids.
oh boy.
Mom was a twin also, so I always knew that I had the gene.
I have gene. Don't.
No, I do. My mom's a twin.
Okay.
Oh, she is.
Okay.
So in that picture, the baby looks about 5 weeks and 4 days old. And that's
5 weeks and
that,
4 days. I estimated that. That's not what Greg, that's not.
They don't put your estimates on a medical record, like your random estimates.
Greg.
no, I said
Scientific.
no, the baby's about 5 weeks and 4 days. You didn't say that. It's not in the text. I'm just telling you, it looks like it's about 5 weeks and 4 days
What does
old.
that even mean?
That's exactly the day that we did it. So like, this is
5
our,
weeks and 4 days. It
Gracious.
says 5. I think it was 5 weeks.
Again, that's like she does this thing where she relates it back to the date of the encounter rather than the dated for less period or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And she's
So-
losing control over the situation, which is why I think she's getting so flustered and so frustrated. She's like, no, I'm trying to control this. I'm telling you what is going on.
Mhm.
And he's flipping the script and she doesn't really know how to handle it.
And when he
Greg
says,
is,
and we did it, is that when he jizzed on her back?
Oh God.
There's something about Laura.
Hey, I'm just keeping it real, guys.
Well, I mean, it's not like you're
Pictures or
out
it didn't
there.
happen.
Class of 83 says, sorry. Quick question, why is Ella wearing a mask outside? Well, he said he had COVID at that time, right? So I guess that's why. And she wanted him to let her in, so she was probably like, look, I'm wearing a mask, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No.
There were times too, sorry, when Mike was sick, that
Mhm.
she was like trying to make her way over to his place to see him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Right.
like I don't know.
And her story was like, oh, I thought he might be dead, but I didn't want to get sick and then go back and get my dad sick.
So
But I
what
went
the fuck are you
anyway because I'm
doing?
so nice.
So nice, so nice. The man who told me not to come to his apartment. I'm going there because I'm nice. Okay, let's see.
What are you talking about?
it says 5 weeks. Yeah, that's right when we did.
I estimated the date. What are you talking about?
Oh, you estimated the date.
Yeah,
Oh, you put it on there.
I estimated. They ask you when you think you got pregnant.
Oh.
Do they though?
No, they
Okay.
literally
Exactly.
they literally don't care when you were intimate.
Okay, so what were you trying to do other than be sarcastic?
Nothing. I'm just excited. We're going to have a kid.
Unless we're still talking about a kid here.
What?
What?
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to say?
What do you mean?
Because you're obviously not excited. So what
Didn't your pills didn't work?
I didn't say my pills didn't work. I got an ultrasound today.
I know, but
I got an ultrasound today. Where is it?
it didn't work.
She texted to him.
Did you not see that
You know that shit was fake.
I got it at
The other thing-
Fiverr.com.
Oh my God.
it's like the tiniest thing you've ever seen? It clearly stopped the growth in that.
Like, that is the most random thing ever.
I don't
like,
think that's how
for
that
her to say
works.
Yeah, no, and also like she would have like some sort of medical record to back that up, but like I don't think the doctor did that. Like looked at the ultrasound and was like, "Oh, it looks like your pill worked on one of the babies. Good job."
But she says it clearly stopped the growth in that. And I know there's been discussion before about
Yeah.
her not, referring to it as a human being or a fetus or whatever your views
Oh,
are
yeah.
on,
Right.
when life starts. But I don't see like someone who's actually pregnant talking about a fetus that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like she's talking about a sack of flour. Like, well, we can't make 2 loaves of bread.
It stopped the growth on that yeast.
Oh
Yeah.
God, ew. Yeast is like moist to me.
Hey, Bruce chose bread.
I spilled. I mean, I don't know. It's like she's talking about wheelbarrows or something, or butter churns. One of our butter churns is broken. We can't make butter. It's just ridiculous.
Or a fungus on her body. It clearly stopped the growth in that.
Oh boy.
Maybe it was a mole.
Mm.
Can you have a mole in your uterus?
Oh no.
Do a poll. If you had a mole in your uterus, would you ever know?
I don't know. Apparently, if you can see it on an ultrasound. Oh my gosh. Jerry Mitchell said, "Didn't you see how little Larry was?" What do you mean?
Someone help me.
No, Bruce. No.
Anyone.
Will you
Wait,
put
what?
Claude's message?
That's not a child.
Claude's message?
Yeah.
Oh no.
No. I hate all of you.
You got to activate it. God knows.
There's no twins in this picture.
Yeah, there are. Do you want me to zoom in on it for you?
Oh, she confirms
Yeah,
twins.
I don't know. There's no twins in this photo.
Yeah, there is.
Where? I don't know. I know how to read ultrasounds. This is a single baby.
You know how to read ultrasounds?
Yeah.
We took a
If
class.
you go down here, I'll just screenshot it for you.
What? What will that do?
They need like a map coordinate system. It's at G11. That's where the second twin is.
There should
That's
be a
where it
grid on every ultrasound. Yeah.
Yeah, like a grid.
So what? You want me to? Do you think that? You want me to tell you I made a mistake, and you want me to? What did you say?
Well, you clearly were never planning to see me again.
Wait, you want me to?
So you show up
stop
at his
and
house?
Tell you. Let's go see the lawyer together.
Let's go what?
Let's go to the lawyer together. We'll talk to the lawyer.
So she shows up at his house, even though she's claiming that she's deathly afraid of him, and I don't know. She's like mad that he doesn't want anything to do with her.
Because
So
this
like,
is after like the quote unquote abortion coercion.
right, yeah, right after she says she took a pill, like she said she took the pill in front of him. I don't know if that actually happened or not, but if it did, I mean, it's probably not going to kill a non-baby. You know what I mean? So
Or it's a fucking aspirin. Or
yeah,
whatever.
that too. Yeah, or like a sugar pill or something. Horse tranquilizer. I don't
Horse
know.
pill.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, horse tranquilizer.
All right, I think I've heard about enough of that right there. Hang on. Let me.
Where can I get
Yeah.
some of those? I got some twins to stop the growth in.
Bruce.
What?
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 Oh boy. Live, laugh, Lexapro.
Oh God. Zohan, thank you for the 2. I have to say this because he paid me $2. If moist is out, how about clammy or dewy?
like
can
Oh, I
dewy.
like dewy, yeah.
Dewy, nice.
Mm,
it.
Dewy. Soft
Oh,
and
no.
dewy.
Oh no, not that.
Dewdrops.
Nasty.
Mm,
I would go with clammy.
humid.
But thank you for asking, Zohan.
Humid and dewy.
Humid dew.
Humid, dewy, and Lexapro. Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
You guys are warped.
Wait,
Huey, dewy, and gingerous.
Someone send help.
Anyways,
Oh boy.
back to the document. I pray that this will make him understand the consequences of him tracking me via cyberstalking or otherwise. I mean, he has a video of you outside his house. I guess that's like, is that cyberstalking if it's like on the internet? I don't know. Not really. Knowing how much I did not want to have an abortion, he forced me to take abortion pills so that his own child would not be born. Child, again.
Mhm.
And in doing that, has shown a complete lack of care for human life or empathy for me. I am unsure if even a protective order will stop him, given that he has chosen to ignore law enforcement's warnings to stop cyberstalking and harassing me.
My God.
However, I am desperate to get him to stop and understand the consequences his actions will have if he continues. Your Honor, Mr. Gillespie is an extremely dangerous man, and I have no other remedy than to ask this court to enter an order of protection and other relief as it deems necessary to ensure my safety. Interesting, though, that
Yeah.
like she wasn't making a fuss about Greg being in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
This is
That
the
never made
style
sense to
she
me.
has, where she's the ultimate arbiter of the correct and the incorrect actions.
Mhm.
And she's trying to get judges and the police and the FBI and whoever to like influence the other party to come around to what she wants.
Mhm.
And you see this in the Mike case as well, quite a bit, and the Clayton case.
It reminds me of Liz Neptune too. The way
Mhm.
the whatever supposed email, which I think was proven to be true, like a real email that she sent. But
Mhm.
anyway, yeah, it's kind of her MO.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see. And that's pretty much the end of this document. What we'll move on to next is going to be the response to that, Greg's response to that, and of course we know Greg was for a time represented by Greg Woodnick. I don't know if he was during this. I think he was. Yeah. I don't know. 1 second. Yeah, there it is. Woodnick Law.
Very good.
Greg Woodnick, who has nothing on LexisNexis, and you know, so,
Literally nothing.
I'm not sure he's
Literally
even a real
zero.
person.
Literally 0 results.
Pam Arnold, thank you for the 2. It's called coercion. All right. So this is Greg's counterclaim. 1. In responding to paragraph 1 of Clayton's complaint, defendant admits that plaintiff has pled in part toward allegations. However, plaintiff's complaint also cites to a criminal statute and... Actually, you know what? This is for the other case, right? The coercion case. I think. Because I don't think did he represent Greg in the order protection case? You
I
guys
don't
know?
think so.
So then this is
I
for
know.
the separate case involving the supposed abortion coercion or whatever.
Buttons knows.
Buttons, where are you? The civil case, no. Okay, gotcha. All right. However, plaintiff's complaint also cites to a criminal statute, and to the extent her civil claim is based on the criminal statute, must fail as the criminal statute does not authorize a private cause of action. All right. Responding to paragraph 2, defendant admits venue is proper for plaintiff's tort-based claims, but again, affirmatively alleges that any civil claims based on criminal statute are improper in this venue and must fail, as the criminal statute does not authorize a private cause of action. All right. Let me get to the meat of it. Okay. Here's the counterclaim. 1. Upon information and belief, plaintiff knowingly and falsely represented to defendant that she was pregnant with the intent to force defendant into a relationship with her, causing defendant consequent and proximate injury and damages as a result.
Where have we heard that before?
2. Plaintiff filed her complaint on August 11th, alleging that she became pregnant with defendant's child on their second date. 3. Prior to filing her complaint, plaintiff provided sonographic images to defendant on August 6th and August 8th. However, a reverse Google images search revealed that the sonographic images were identical to a sonogram found on a blog post from 2014.
And also had a Fiverr logo.
Is that the one? Okay, yeah.
That's it, I think.
Mhm.
Upon information and belief, plaintiff altered the images by adding her name, date of birth, alleged location of the sonogram, and altered the appearance of the image to distinguish it from the one located on the aforementioned blog post. To further this fictitious pregnancy, plaintiff sent defendant a fabricated email exchange dated August 19th and August 22nd between herself and California attorneys Allison E. Cordova and Joe Cotchett of Cotchett, I don't know how to say that, Pitra, and McCarthy, LLP. Tony Stevens, believed to be a legal assistant at the firm, is also CC'd on the email dated August 19th. Okay. In the fraudulent email, Associate Allison E. Cordova allegedly emailed plaintiff in pertinent part the following, with a subject line of sent on behalf of Joe Cotchett, Laura Owens pregnancy. Okay. It says, everything you told us about pregnancy tests and ultrasounds aligned with the timing you provided us. There were no past pregnancies on your record. Awkward. Let's everyone remember that Mike came before Greg, and somebody else came before Mike.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Damn it. You're a fucking heathen.
Wait, what?
You didn't get it either?
My name is Schnitzel Ninja 69.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, literally and figuratively.
Yeah,
Very
it
good.
took me a second to get that.
We're working blue. Okay, I got it.
All right. There are no past pregnancies on your record, and the 3 obstetricians you saw. Okay. You saw felt that between June 30th and July 1st, blah, blah, blah. I guess it says ... It must feel like you have the weight of the world on you, but I have no doubt that the jury will sympathize with your situation. The next step is to fill out the attached retention agreement.
Because she was requesting a jury trial.
This time?
With Greg
Okay.
as well. Yeah.
Honestly, I wish she had gotten her wish on one of these, because it would have stopped her a lot earlier. All right. Subsequently, Joe Cotchett allegedly emailed plaintiff in pertinent part the following on August 22nd with the subject line of sent on behalf of Joe Cotchett, Laura Owens pregnancy. I'm ready to get started on this the second you give me the go-ahead. I'm always here for you and the whole Owens family. Whenever you need me, and if you want me to go after this guy, I will make this case a top priority. Shh. Because I really feel for you right now. Allison sent me over the retention agreement and medical files. This may be very needy. What? This may be very needy, and we could make this a public interest story with a snap of a finger. Mm-hmm.
What is the deal with the shush?
I don't know, man. It's just her
Honestly,
writing
that
style.
reads as like Gingras to me. I could see him putting something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
The
the
message.
shush has appeared in multiple places, including
Yes.
Chase J. Jones. material.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think
Mhm.
it's appeared in any Gingras writing.
No. I mean, I think it's Laura being who,
Yeah.
whatever she thinks these people would be, but I'm thinking, I mean, like, in thinking how I feel she's very similar in some ways to Gingras.
It's like you're trying to drop inner monologue on the page.
Mm-hmm.
And Gingras does this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Pam Arnold, thank you for the 2. I bet Laura shits dry pebble pellets. It's pretty random,
What
but
is she eating cornflakes all day? What's going on?
maybe like hamster food or something. I don't know, dude. That's pretty random. That's pretty random, Pam. All right.
When you take horse pills, you have to take extra fiber. And she's not supplementing, so.
Oh boy.
Nobody told me that, so good to know. All right. Let's see. In response, plaintiff allegedly emailed Joe Cotchett back. I think the best call is to pursue alternative service and try to get him twice. Once by posting on his house door, and the other by calling his company and finding a coworker to serve him. That's not how that works, is it?
No, that's weird.
Yeah. Doesn't the process server have to do it
Yeah.
legally? So like that's fucking stupid, but okay.
All these Joe Cotchett emails are very suspicious.
How did Joe Cotchett pass law school like in the bar?
Well,
Same way.
I don't think he actually
don't
wrote
know.
any of these.
Right.
No, of course not. That's what I'm
My-
saying. Like, how
my theory.
are we supposed to believe that? You know?
Right.
All right. I think you're right that you would be better at making those phone calls than me. I texted you the coworkers who we could ask to serve. Okay. Plaintiff's alleged email exchange with Allison E. Cordova and Joe Cotchett. was emailed to defendant on August 22nd with the subject line, urgent, copy of conversation with Joe Cotchett and contract, along with a manufactured/fabricated contingent fee agreement between plaintiff and Cotchett, Pitcher, and McCarthy, LLP, dated August 23rd. Upon information and belief, neither Allison E. Cordova nor Tony Stevens is currently employed at the firm, nor were they employed at the firm as of August 19th and August 22nd.
So it looks like in Arizona, a friend or relative can hand deliver court papers to another party if the recipient
okay.
signs an acceptance of service form in front of a notary or clerk of the superior court.
That-
The recipient must then, I'm almost done, sorry. If
No,
you
no,
want to
you're
hear more.
Yeah, go ahead.
Must then return the form to the sender for filing with the court.
Okay.
So they can
How-
do it, but they have to do it after seeing a notary?
Like in front of a notary, right? Or in
That's what
front of
it's a
somebody?
recipient signs, in form in front of a notary.
There's probably not a lot of notaries at Greg's workplace. Greg Gillespie's workplace.
Jesus. All right. Believing that there was fraud in plaintiff's underlying complaint, undersigned counsel reached out to the purported attorneys in California who appear to completely disavow any connection to this cause as an email dated August 24th. Sent on behalf of Joseph W. Cotchett, indicated the firm does not represent plaintiff in this matter.
Mhm.
All subsequent emails from undersigned counsel requesting to speak with Joseph Cotchett about the seemingly fraudulent emails purportedly authored by Joseph Cotchett and lawyers that have not worked at the firm for quite some time went without any substantive response. Sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like the dad was his friend, so maybe he doesn't want to throw the daughter under the bus. But like, dude, you're
Right.
not doing much for your reputation at this point.
I do wonder with all of the connections Ron made with, if he had someone on his show, how much were they in touch before that? How much were they in touch after that? What did that interview, how much did that develop an acquaintanceship, a friendship, a relationship with any of these people? And I mean, Joe Cotchett's like a family friend, but
Yeah.
even thinking further outside of that, like I wonder, someone like him not coming forward and saying what happened, but maybe behind the scenes being like, hey, she's got to stop doing this. I won't out her, but this can't happen anymore.
Right.
I mean, how
yeah.
many other people are covering up for her because of her dad's connections?
Right. Probably a lot. I mean, we know from Mike that they had a lot of, like very powerful people around them. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
And
Yeah.
all the pictures on Facebook.
oh yeah, I try not to look at that stuff. I'm scared of what I might see, but yeah.
Try to lock it in a vault far, far away.
Button says I heard Ron and Uncle Joe were gambling buddies. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. In addition to fabricating documents, plaintiff has refused to take a non-invasive prenatal paternity test. That sounds familiar. Plaintiff stated that she was willing to take a paternity test to prove that the child is Greg's. The child, again. But that it would be possible that she would not be pregnant. As I'm unsure what the purpose is, because if the pregnancy is not viable, that proves that his coercion did result in the end of the pregnancy. Okay. So this is like her inventive way of saying, like, if there's no fetal DNA, I guess, on this one, it's because he made her in the pregnancy. I don't know. But she said the ultrasound was of like after she took the pill. So of course there's gonna be something there. If it's true, which it's not. But
She's trying to get out of having to prove anything.
right. Essentially, plaintiff has fabricated the abortion coercion allegation to explain why a paternity test would show that she is not pregnant. Additionally, as of filing, plaintiff has not taken a paternity test despite defendant's repeated offers to pay for the test.
Sounds familiar.
Right. All right. Upon information and belief, plaintiff's allegation of abortion coercion, intentional infliction of emotional distress, and domestic violence are quite simply blatant fabrications that underlie her real intention to force defendant into a relationship with her. In an email with undersigned counsel on August 23rd, plaintiff stated he can contact me at, and then I think it's probably a phone number or something, if he rethinks his decision regarding a relationship. And if he would like to be a part of pregnancy decisions going forward. Emphasis added. So
Oh boy.
she's already started the process of taking him to court, and she's like, but never mind if he wants to date me after all.
Mhm.
Plaintiffs knowingly
That also
fraudulent.
sounds very familiar to the Mike case.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Plaintiffs knowingly fraudulent representations to defendant have caused defendant consequent and proximate injury, and defendant is therefore entitled to recover consequential damage in an amount to be determined by trier of fact.
I agree.
All right, I'm gonna let one of you guys read this part. You guys can fight for it.
Which one? Are we in section 2?
This one right here, yeah, starting at 1.
Okay, I got it. Defendant hereby incorporates, by reference, all allegations of paragraphs 1 to 16 of counterclaim 1, fraud, above, as if fully set forth herein. Number 2, in doing so, defendant hereby alleges that plaintiff's fraudulent conduct was extreme and outrageous, must either have been intended to cause defendant emotional distress or recklessly disregard the near certainty that such distress would result from her conduct, and that defendant has suffered from severe emotional distress as a result of her conduct. Number 3, in turn, defendant is entitled to recover compensatory damages in an amount to be determined by trier of fact. Wherefore, defendant, having fully answered plaintiff's complaint and stated his counterclaims, hereby respectfully requests the following. A, that this court deny plaintiff's complaint in its entirety with prejudice. B, that this court grant defendant's counterclaims and award defendant damages in an amount to be determined by trier of fact. C, that this court award defendant his attorney's fees and costs pursuant to ARS 12341, 12349, and Rule 11, Arizona Rules of Civil Procedure. And D, that this court grants such other and further relief as deemed appropriate. Respectfully submitted this 4th day of January 2022, Woodnick Law, PLLC, Greg R. Woodnick, KCY Bowen, attorneys for the defendant. Sounds familiar.
I don't know if I've read a document like this in a while that didn't insult the judge or the other party. Oh, man.
To the point.
Okay.
Props to Greg Woodnick.
Mhm.
Okay. So this here is his
Come
response.
now.
Stop telling me what to do.
You gotta buy me dinner first.
Do it now.
You don't have to buy me dinner. Just don't tell me what to do.
I'll get you a
Um,
drink.
You might need like 4 or 5, but yeah. Okay, so this is a response to her attempt to seal the record. So, she again was trying to like make it so people couldn't see what she was doing, and this is his response to it. Come now, plaintiff Laura Owens. Come now, stop it, stop it. No, I can't stop. I can't unthink it. All right. Laura Owens and files this, her reply to defendant's response to plaintiff's motion to seal and in support thereof. Wait, so this is her response to his response. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, that
Well,
always
this is
confuses me.
the motion to seal.
Yeah, right. On August 11th, plaintiff filed a complaint against defendant for domestic violence, abortion coercion, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. On September 24th, plaintiff filed a motion to seal, given that she is a popular self-help podcaster who is scheduled to give a TEDx Women Talk in December, and defendant has made it perfectly clear that he is out to ruin her reputation.
Popular? Like a public figure?
Yeah, right? Thereafter, on October 6th, defendant
Shocking.
counsel... I mean, it is kind of shocking because I wouldn't have thought that she was popular, but okay. Filed his response to plaintiff's motion to seal. Okay. Defendant has improperly used his untimely... No, I'm triggered. Okay, no. Has used his untimely motion to dismiss in response to motion to seal to raise fraud allegations against the plaintiff. Well, yeah. Defendant is not using his motions for the purpose that they are available for, and is instead using any motion he files to include damaging false allegations against the plaintiff, not false, with the intention of making these allegations public. To date, the defendant has not addressed anything in the plaintiff's complaint.
Oh, she does not like people talking about her.
She does and she doesn't, right? But the fraud allegations are relevant to the plaintiff's complaints. So what the fuck? It's an abortion coercion allegation. So the fraud thing is relevant.
Right.
Defendant's use of his motion to dismiss in response to motion to seal make it all the more clear that it is necessary that this court grants plaintiff's motion to seal in order to protect plaintiff from defendant's malicious intention of tarnishing plaintiff's reputation. Exhibit 1, I don't know what the exhibit was. Pursuant to Rule 5.2 of Arizona's Rules of Civil Procedure, a court may order that a document may be filed under seal when a substantial probability exists that the person seeking to file the document under seal or another person would be prejudiced if it is not under seal. Defendant continues to make desperate attempts to ruin the plaintiff's reputation, including but not limited to a fabrication of emails and submitting them on the record while committing fraud upon the court. Is she actually accusing him of doing that? What? Oh no, that's okay. Wait. That's what he's doing to her. Okay. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah, this is just like in the Clayton case.
No, they're saying that he fabricated emails and submitted them on the record, or like he's saying that's what she's done. I'm confused here.
No, she's saying that's what he did. It's
the
just
fuck?
like the Clayton case.
It says defendant Greg Gillespie continues to make desperate attempt to ruin Laura's reputation, including but not limited to fabrication. So it sounds like Greg Gillespie's claiming that Laura did letter A, but Laura didn't actually do letter A, is what she's trying to claim here.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
My head was hurting. The defendant's counsel sending 5 emails between August 24th and October 8th, 2021 to California attorney Joe Cotchett, a family friend who has no involvement in this case. In a blatant malicious attempt to embarrass the plaintiff with accusations of fraud that they claim occurred between August 19th and on the night of August 22nd. The complaint was filed on August 11th, and coincidentally, the defendant's attorney notified the plaintiff of their representation of the defendant on the morning of August 23rd. Wait, why is that coincidental? I don't understand. I don't get it. Okay.
It
Mr.
may have been
Cotchett.
like a day she filed something, or
Oh, okay, gotcha.
you know what I mean.
Mr. Cotchett was unaware of the plaintiff's pregnancy until the defendant's counsel leaked that confidential medical information to him. What?
What?
There are emails from your client to Mr. Cotchett that say she was pregnant.
Also, how is it confidential if she told Greg Gillespie she was pregnant?
Dude, I don't know. Okay. Contrary to popular belief between her and some of her counsel, telling someone about your medical history and them relaying it is not the same as somebody releasing protected medical documents. That's
Oh, and also, maybe Buttons knows, when the story was put on Instagram that we believe was just visible to Greg Gillespie as, like a close friends story of her saying about the twins coming whenever. So I mean, she'd either have to, I'm thinking if you questioned her on that, she'd either have to admit that if it was before this, she'd have to admit that she only made it visible to Greg Gillespie to fuck with him.
Right.
Or she made that information known to multiple people, albeit, close friends, but she still posted it publicly, on a social media platform.
Friends.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she's in a corner on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
My God. Okay. I just read this one, right? Yeah, okay. Made up conversations between defendant's counsel and Mr. Cotchett, claiming that Mr. Cotchett had likely warned the plaintiff of a pending counterpetition for fraud if she did not promptly dismiss her claim against the defendant. Exhibit 2, saying, you can avoid both litigation expenses and exposure to a sizable civil judgment by promptly filing to dismiss your civil suit. Please be advised, as I am sure your Uncle Joe, Joe Cotchett, warned you was forthcoming, the counterpetition will contain a fraud allegation, as the image you sent to Mr. Gillespie were confirmed to be a recycled ultrasound from 2015. Greg has advised that he will suspend his counterclaim and related litigation once you promptly filed to dismiss your civil suit and confirm that you are not pregnant. Damn. That's all she had to do. That's all she has to do every time, but she won't do it.
Exactly.
Mr. Cotchett has been in contact with the plaintiff since the defendant's counsel first contacted him, and Mr. Cotchett has not spoken with the defendant's counsel once, let alone to warn her of this potential counterclaim by the defendant. Okay, that's awkward. Mr. Cotchett has called the conduct of the defendant and his counsel outrageous and has offered the plaintiff help in any way. But was that actually Mr. Cotchett, or was it the pretend Mr. Cotchett? Because you seem to be admitting that there's a pretend Mr. Cotchett, regardless of whether or not side he's on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Several bizarre attempts by the defendant to turn the plaintiff's complaint relating to abortion coercion into a paternity case, such as made-up conversation between defendant's counsel and ArcPoint Labs regarding prenatal paternity testing that they claim to have scheduled on the plaintiff's behalf in 3 emails and in a sworn statement. And this is motion to dismiss. ArcPoint Labs denied any communication between their employees and the defendant's counsel, and this was proven to be yet another threatening, fraudulent tactic used by the defendant to intimidate her into dropping the case. This is the most hypocritical thing I've ever read. Wow.
I mean, you can't coerce someone into an abortion if there's nothing to abort.
Right. They seem to be confused about that. Buttons, your Elo's doggo. Hey, Lisa, what's up? Pam says Buttons isn't potty trained.
Rude. But possibly.
What say you, Buttons? What do you say to that? All right.
It's not my fault.
Mm-hmm. All right. Did we read F yet? I don't think so. Falsely saying that the plaintiff was not pregnant, despite clear evidence on the record that plaintiff underwent pregnancy testing at the Kierland Commons location of One Medical, a nationally known and well-respected healthcare provider. The plaintiff did not send fraudulent sonographic images to the defendant on August 6th and had no motive to, as it was already a known fact that she was pregnant. What?
Don't we have it in the phone call that she says she's texting him the image?
Yeah, the text messages in the phone call confirm she sent him the fake Fiverr ultrasound.
And the Fiverr confirms, obviously, like us, further than we already knew, that it was fraudulent.
Oh yeah. You don't even need the Fiverr logo. It's just
I know
on the cake.
Right. Exactly.
Also, this Kirkland Commons place is probably like, here's your HCG test of 104.
Right.
Sound familiar?
Yeah.
232 million.
And here we go, accessing the plaintiff's online accounts and any fraudulent action the defendant chooses to take on her behalf. So, these accusations of him accessing her accounts, like I've shown in an example on one of my videos, like how easy it is to tell when somebody accesses some of your accounts, like the Dropbox account. Like it would show that somebody logged in, or like not even that somebody logged in, but that somebody accessed the documents, like and edited them or downloaded them, I think, or whatever. Like there's a lot that you can see there. And if she really had that evidence, do we think that she wouldn't show it? Because, like, what other kinds of things has she shown? You really think she wouldn't show that?
Right.
Definitive proof?
Right.
Like, she doesn't have it because it didn't happen. The defendant manipulated the plaintiff into giving him her passwords to her personal email and medical portal on July 16th after he claimed to disbelieve the documents presented by One Medical that proved the plaintiff's pregnancy. Okay. So, she claimed that with Clayton, Greg hacked her and sent him the fake ultrasound. But if he did all this, wouldn't she have changed her password sometime in the last, 2 years?
Exactly. And why wouldn't he have like changed it to like lock her out of it?
Right. Or like turn on 2-factor authentication. Goddamn. Like she seems like she's smart enough to know that.
Well, we know she does have it.
Right.
And make backups.
God. There's just so much wrong with her story. It's just like
But I can totally see, like, in all of these cases, if you were brand new to the case and you're just looking at what's presented, the way she just like twists the story to make it look so bad on these other people, I see how she's been able to fool people.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do that research.
Yeah. And why would you? Because Greg Gillespie is a random private citizen. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you know what? I mean, quote unquote Joe Cotchett is talking about like taking the story public.
Right.
Wouldn't it be interesting to think about if that had gone public? Would Mike Maricini have found out and been able to help? Would that computer have been found sooner rather than later? Would this have happened to Clayton? You know, it's like it's interesting to think about.
Oh man. Like, just looking back in retrospect, even when I've like read over some of the text and stuff before, it's like there's just so much that comes up that you're just like, there's no way this is true. There's no way this is true. Like, I don't know. It's so crazy. It's like almost infuriating, but it's like I've seen so much of it that it's just kind of routine at this point. So, all right. In addition, the defendant forced the plaintiff to have a live video call with a nurse practitioner on the same day to verify it. No, your medical provider would not say anything without your consent in front of anyone else. It's not a thing. The one medical was worried for the plaintiff's safety after witnessing the defendant's aggressive behavior towards her in the video call and contacted her via One Medical Portal's messenger 5 times between July 16th and September 4th, as well as had her schedule a private video call to ensure her well-being and send domestic violence resources as they believed the defendant to be a possible threat. The plaintiff received a message on September 28th from Nicole Russell at One Medical warning her about a possible security breach that she indicated may have been linked to the defendant. That didn't happen. There's no way. They wouldn't do that. So they wouldn't know, first of all, and they wouldn't do that. Like, and when there's a breach like that, it's usually something that affects a lot of people, and that's why the company as a whole will like reach out and like an email and like make a statement. You know what I mean? Like, they wouldn't know, and they wouldn't say that. They would not say that. That's.
I mean, that's crazy. You call them up. I mean, this is just so speculative, right? Like, you call someone up and you're like, maybe somebody's hacking me, and they're like, maybe it's your spouse or your ex-boyfriend.
What exactly would lead to if there was a security breach?
This is not how evidence works.
Yeah.
I got a notification that my Grubhub was hacked, all right? And someone in like some other city ordered fucking like fried chicken. And I was like, that's not me. But I got notified about it.
But they tell you it was probably your ex-boyfriend?
Well, obviously.
No, this is Laura calling them saying, I think I've been hacked. What do you think about that? Tell me something. This is what she does. She farms vague information to put in these court filings.
Just like the FBI is investigating everyone.
She's a speculation farmer. She's a rumor rancher.
I'm trying to imagine, like, what scenario would, like, if he's like logging into her account and looking at her information, that's not sus, because it could be her just looking at her information, especially if they're in the same city. Like, no, that's not a thing.
That's not how evidence works.
All right. H, allegations of forcing the defendant into a relationship when in reality, every text message between the defendant and the plaintiff proved that it was the defendant who wanted a relationship with the plaintiff, as shown in manipulative text message on August 4th, which was the night before the defendant forced the plaintiff to take abortion pills in front of him. We're going to see that that's not true, and we're going to see that pretty clearly when we go over the text and stuff.
I mean, unless you literally like hold some pills in your hand and shove them into someone's mouth and force them to swallow. Like, I don't know how you're forcing anybody to take anything.
Okay. Moreover, in defendant's response to plaintiff's motion to seal, it is falsely alleged that plaintiff seeks only to seal the motion to dismiss. This is false if plaintiff seeks to seal all documents, given that the defendant is attempting to raise false allegations against the plaintiff in every court filing, no matter how irrelevant or improper it may be. God, who is this lawyer? I hate them. Like, who is writing this? Because they're real. First of all, they're really stupid for taking this stuff at face value. It's like they've never talked to a doctor before. Second, I hate them. All right. The evidence, I'm sure it says who the lawyer is, but I'm just messing around. The evidence in the complaint shows the defendant to be coercive, threatening, and intimidating, making statements such as, take the fucking pills, stop fucking saying it, and do it. It's pathetic. Yeah, I said, end the life of an unwanted, not created out of love child that doesn't have a heartbeat, and let us live our fucking lives, which right now you are ruining. Then prove it and fucking do it. And I will not relive.
Or Fukong. What? You're just skipping over that?
Fukong.
I've seen it
Or
before. and-
Fukong loves.
Yeah, I've seen it before. I'm just like it just glosses over at that point. I will not relive one moment of this. Is that clear? I will not discuss this one more minute. If you bring it up and show hesitation regarding the decision to abort, that's what the lawyer added in. I'm calling the cops or not, your choice. And I'm pretty sure he's saying he'll call the cops because she won't stop. Like she won't stop harassing him.
Yeah, she's
have a
just
relationship.
texting him nonstop, right?
Right? Yeah.
Just like with Mike.
These do not show the defendant in a good light. So the only reason why he would want these messages to remain public record is to humiliate the plaintiff. They were already public record. They're in the police report she filed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dickhead. All right. All right, Snitzel, I'll let you read number
Also,
9.
I don't know how they humiliate the plaintiff.
Dude, I don't know.
Honestly, right? They make him look way worse.
And also, if she submitted them in a police report and they made her look bad, why would she do that?
Well, yeah, number
Right.
one, the claim is wrong. But number two, even if the claim was right, it doesn't make sense. That's my point.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Number 9?
Yep.
Okay. Plaintiff would also like to bring to this court's attention the fact that the defendant and defendant's counsel have altered the date of service, misleading the court into recording an incorrect date of service. The defendant was made aware of impeding service, emailed the case number, summons, civil complaint, certificate of compulsory arbitration, and civil cover sheet in an email that he read 10 times on September 12th and a total of 134 times as of October 7th, 2021. Nevertheless, the plaintiff had to file a motion for alternative service on September 21st, 2021, after 3 attempts by the process server, who believed that the defendant was evading service. Continue. I can't hear you. Just a second.
Can you hear me?
I muted myself so
Alarm
you
was
couldn't hear my thunder typing because I was trying to edit something. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The defendant's counsel emailed the plaintiff on September 23rd, 2021 to notify her that they were accepting service on his behalf. They filed an acceptance of service with notarization by Sarah Seberg. Okay. This is what I read earlier
There we
about,
go.
right? A
Got a notary.
paralegal. Yep. Who worked at the defendant's counsel's law firm, reflecting a date of September 23rd, 2021. And apparently that's in an exhibit.
Okay.
Thereafter, defendant's counsel filed a second notarized acceptance of service with a date of September 27th, with notarization by the same paralegal, Sarah Seberg. On the advice of the Secretary of State's office, the plaintiff sent Ms. Seberg an urgent email asking for her notary journal request and
Oh, boy.
explanation, and for the defendant's counsel's office to rectify. See, they're out. I won't make the joke. Never mind. The error.
What was the error?
But did not receive a response. Was
it the date?
Yeah,
Was
I
it the
think it's
error?
about the date.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I got from that.
Oh boy.
Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully requests that this court grants plaintiff's motion to seal and grant such other relief as deemed appropriate. Now, didn't she claim at the beginning of all of this that the other court cases were sealed, and she knew they weren't?
She said, didn't she say Mike's was sealed?
At least Mike's. I don't remember if she said that Greg's was sealed.
Right. Huh. That's awkward
Can't
because we're
recall.
looking at it right now, but okay.
I mean, she constantly told Dave Neal that a lot of stuff was sealed or confidential, and of course it wasn't.
Right. Or
So
that she was
since we're reading
pregnant,
this
or
here, I'm
something, you know?
assuming this was denied.
Good night, Pam. And yeah, it's gotta be obviously, because I found this on the
Ironic.
internet. So
Yeah.
yeah. All right, we got some emails and texts we're gonna look at.
Wait, this is
including-
very important. The final page,
dude. Hereby certified.
because you
that
asked
it
who
is-
wrote this. We know who wrote this.
Oh God! Oh, it makes sense. I was
There
like,
you
who's
go.
the fucking idiot lawyer that would write this stuff? She's referring to herself in a third.
Called it.
Sound clip. We need a sound clip. Who's got a
That's
sound
the
bite?
stupidest thing ever. Oh my God! How did I not catch that, dude? Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm here for.
All right, man.
Now, I wouldn't be surprised if this was another like Upwork, Fiverr thing that she sent to someone on there. There's proof that she was in contact with at least one person to write her something like this.
So she had a ghost lawyer.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Can you do that? You can do that if you're pro se.
I guess if you pay for it.
Hold on.
That
I'm
seems like it
looking-
might have legal ramifications for the contractor. I don't know.
I have no idea.
It's interesting.
I just know that happened.
This is bizarre. Sorry, I was reading Discord. Anyways, guys, we have some emails and texts, including the email that she sent to the judge ex parte, where she accuses Greg Woodnick of being involved in some sort of weird conspiracy. But unfortunately, it's almost 11 o'clock, so we're gonna have to stop here for tonight, and we'll probably just finish everything up with a part 2 another time whenever you guys are both free. So we'll figure that out. But
Sounds
thanks
good.
everyone for coming. Erica Pauly wants to know if the rectify thing was a rectum joke. You might as well just tell her.
You know it.
I mean, why not?
All right, guys.
Going back to the pregnancy question.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Hopefully you'll join us for part 2. I'll work it out to where we can do that, and then
Part
I'll let you guys know. Mhm.
Rectify.
Oh boy.
I
If it
believe.
feels good, do it. Unless you're Laura Owens or David Gingras.
Tony Robbins first, then part 2. Rectify. All right.
Rectified.
All right. I'm gonna end the stream now. Bye, guys.
Bye.